We're live.
We are live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Pinhole Quilting. Slightly late. It's nice and warm, isn't it? And you know, you kind of go. Shh.
You're trying to tell me you're lethargic?
I'm chillaxing.
Ah.
I'm chillaxing, Pete.
That's different
Anyway,
from lethargic.
It is different from lethargic. It's more of an appreciation of the slowness that one can go at when it gets a little bit warm and you don't want to overheat, if you know what I mean. So here we are, it's Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. and I hope that we are joined by maybe a few people, and if we are, then fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But it wouldn't surprise me, because if I were someone who had a choice about sitting in watching me on a video or going outside and enjoying a bit of the garden on a beautiful day, I'd be watching the video, of course I would. So I hope you've had a good week, I hope you've had a fun week of quilting. We have been doing so much training this week, but it's not training our customers. It's been training ourselves. Very important thing to do, particularly when you've got exciting news, which we're going to get onto in just a moment, aren't we, Pete?
We are.
In the meantime, we are going to cover some things today which are on rulers and marking, a little bit on some of the new rulers that have come out, but also just to mention, you know, what we're up to over the next month or so. So, first of all, Malvern, Quilts UK, the Malvern Three Counties Showground. It's the Flower Festival, the RHS Festival this weekend, which should be lovely. Hope anybody's going and has a good time. Hi to Jenny, who popped in yesterday. And it's a great way to get an additional marquee space that Quilts UK have. So next week, when we're at Quilts UK, Thursday till Sunday, 10 till 4:30 most days, 4 o'clock on Sunday, we'll be doing demonstrations of our long arm sewing machines, and we'll be demonstrating some other products for free motion quilting and for quilting on domestic machines as well. So the reason for that being is, shall I mention it now, Pete? I'm going to mention it now. He nodded. We are now stockists for Janome, Juki and Pfaff domestic machines and overlockers. So this is a really interesting development for us, that we're really thrilled to be featuring those three manufacturers' machines, and we've been getting training. This week we've had training with Juki and Janome, and prior to that we'd had some training with with Pfaff, and we've got some of the machines out here in the showroom now. We'll be getting more out. They'll be going online on our website so that people can order them online, or they can come to the showroom and have demonstrations. We have a curated selection, a lovely selection, quite a wide range actually, of the latest machines. And we are delighted because we feel that with the knowledge we've got from patchwork and quilting area, that we're able to provide the kind of support and also differentiation between the machines that will enable you to make an informed choice. So that's the reason that we've done that. I used to sell them when I was previously at the Cotton Patch. We used to sell Pfaff, and we had the Janome 1600P, which is a straight stitch machine. And it's a fun area to be in because there are so many things that you can do now on domestic machines. There's the influence from, particularly on things like the Jukis, of the industrial side that you can get on the domestic machines as well. It's kind of translated into the domestic side rather nicely. And that means that we've got some really labour-saving devices, programming, etc. that you can do. It makes your stitching more precise and faster, which is great.
Now, we would hope to be adding some more brands in due course as well. We're working on that.
Yep.
But for all of them, it'll be all about the usual pinhole quilting service support and training that Absolutely. Is not necessarily available from your current supplier.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that happened traditionally was that obviously there's some great suppliers out there, but some of them, you know, it basically was box selling, and we don't intend to be that kind of supplier. We feel that we can give you some added value, and there'll be more accessories and things in due course as well. So look out for us at the Malvern Quilt Show. We've got some new products, as I said, some things that we brought over from Houston. We'd like to show you some of those products so that we can give you an insight. And if you don't have space, maybe you're not a long arm customer at the moment, and maybe you don't have space for a long arm, but there are domestic machines that have a longer arm that you'll be able to do some other styles of quilting, and hopefully finish more quilts, which is what it's all about.
So we won't have domestic machines at Malvern, but you can talk to us about them.
Absolutely, yes. We will have also, we're going to have a competition at the show, so come by the stand and enter the competition as well. You might be able to win some prizes, and we'll take your details and stuff. There's no purchase necessary, so come by the stand. When you come into the entrance at Malvern Quilt Show, you just take a left and we're just there on the corner before you go to the rest of the show. So that's the exciting news that we've been planning, and we've now had our training, as I say, so we feel, you know, we can talk about it with a bit more confidence about the latest machines and stuff. But, you know, there's some beautiful machines out there. Absolutely love some of these machines that we've got in here, and I know I will be upgrading. I haven't told Pete that, but my machines, he's looking shocked. Yeah, I only have 10 other machines, I think. Okay, I won't be upgrading my featherweights. It's a question of whether I upgrade one of my previous computerized ones for a newer model.
Hopefully your husband doesn't need upgrading either.
That would be sad. That would be very sad. We don't need to upgrade Pete. Pete's just perfect as he is. So, what about...
That sounded almost genuine. Well done.
It did. I've been practicing. Okay, so other things, we're doing an installation, aren't we? After Malvern, we're going up to Manchester University, Manchester Metropolitan University, and that's an exciting project that we're involved with. The robotics lab that Manchester Metropolitan University have got some grant funding for, and we're installing one of these lovely machines, an Amara, with Pro-Stitch in their robotics lab. It's a kind of, it's a post-grad project that involves Manchester Metropolitan University, who ultimately will work with small and medium enterprises to show the kind of things that you can do with robotics. So we're really excited about being involved in that project, and it's a great coup, really, I think, for the Handy Quilter brand to be involved in that. So that's a very exciting development. And we already got a long arm up at Manchester Metropolitan University in the undergraduate department of embroidery and fashion, and they've had that for about, I'm going to say 11 years now. They've just upgraded the tablet, but it's a Fusion. It's a really sort of robust machine. And there are so many students that have used it. In fact, I just got an email from one of the postgrad students, Sarah Joy Ford, who's got one of our Simply 16 machines. She bought it after she left the university. And it just shows actually that that's fantastic, isn't it? Younger person, she's in her 20s, and she's basically taken that knowledge from Manchester Metropolitan University, bought her own machine, and is doing some great work on it, and is involved in some really exciting projects. So we just got an email about that. So I look forward to discussing how we can be involved with that as well. Exciting times. I don't know why I did that mock Australian accent. Apologies to any Australians out there. Okay, Pete, anything you would like to say or contribute? I've been talking non-stop.
Well, let's just say hello to a few people, shall we? So we've got, in order of appearance,
yes,
Isabel in Spain.
Isabel in Spain. Oh, I bet it's lovely and warm over there now.
Val Brooks.
Val Brooks, of course. Hello, Val.
Karen in Anglesey.
Oh, okay. Karen Vipond in Anglesey.
Elizabeth Dunkley.
Val and Karen vie for being first, but actually Isabel in Spain beat you. Well done.
Elizabeth Dunkley.
Elizabeth Dunkley. The lovely Elizabeth.
Joy Bradshaw with her new Moxie with Pro-Stitch Light.
Yes, wow. Yes, I mean, you're pushing the boundaries, Joy. Fantastic.
Yeah, big learning curve, Joy, but you seem to be doing really well at the moment.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Keep going.
The lovely Carol Watson.
The lovely Carol.
Joe Pike.
Joe as well. Yes, these are our regulars.
They are, yes, they are. And Maggie in Wiltshire.
Yep.
And our new friend Annette from the US of A.
Who's our new friend?
A new friend from Houston last year who's coming to join us on the stand at Festival of Quilts this year.
Now, we are very excited. I actually mentioned it to a couple of the ladies today, this week, who are our newest employees of Pinhole Quilting, Annette, and you'll be joining them on our Pinhole Quilting stand at Festival of Quilts. We're delighted that you're coming over, and I understand that our Best Bud, Amber is also coming over. So Amber also works for Handy Quilter. So yeah, really exciting stuff because we've got loads happening at Festival of Quilts, haven't we, Pete? I mean, gosh.
We have.
Festival, Annette. Well, yeah, I mean, Houston's big and everything, but we do it slightly differently. You're going to love it. You will love, 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 love it. And our new employees, who are Katie and Michelle. First week for Katie this week, big week. First week, you know, it's like taking your new satchel to school, getting your shoes polished and everything. And for those of us who had to wear hats and gloves, making sure they were all good. You didn't have to wear hats and gloves, did you, Pete?
No.
No, you didn't have to wear white
Just
gloves
shorts.
in the summer. Just shorts. And
Shorts.
that was when you were 18.
No.
Oh. Okay, that's a shame. Okay, so enough of this joviality, frivolity, and all of that sort of stuff. No, but it's great, isn't it? We've got new people starting, and it means that we can cover more things, and we've got the backup and things. I mean, what's lovely is doing that training with both Michelle and Katie. I know that all three of us will remember different things. So that's a bonus. It's not just me. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to do a little bit on ruler work. I just wanted to go through with you some of the settings that we have and some of the products that we've got that help support people when doing rulers. I mean, there's some great books out there. There's some really good videos. And so you can watch those. I mean, Handy Quilter have them, amongst others, and some of the Handy Quilter dealers. And there's some lovely videos as well by people like Jamie Wallen and Kimmy Brunner on how to use rulers. So I just picked up a few things just before we started this video. I've got a ruler base on my machine, and I've got the deeper ruler foot, which is called the sure foot. I would change my settings. I mean, with this is on an Amara, another benefit of the Amara is that we've got handlebars that do this. So with this one, I definitely have this side higher up. I'm being right-handed, and I might have this one just slightly lower down. The reason being then, this gives me the ability to control the ruler on this side, and then I'm just down here, and I can program this handlebar. I can actually program it so that I've got the needle up, needle down on this side. So normally, a lot of the machines, we've got start, stop on the right, a plus, which increases the speed or changes the stitch length. On this side, we've got the minus key to reduce the stitch length or the speed, and the needle up, needle down. But on machines such as the Amara 20, the Amara 24, and the Infinity, we've got a star key on this side and a diamond key on this side that are programmable. So if I go into the settings here, I've got tie offset on this one, but on this one I've programmed it for needle up, needle down. And the reason being is that then I don't have to put my hand over here. I've got all my controls for ruler work on the right hand side. Very cool. Now the other thing that I would do is I would change my settings so that I'm in cruise or continuous mode, the C mode, or the arrows that are rotating clockwise. If you've got different machines, got different symbols. And we've got P for precision. Okay, so this is the settings I would use for ruler work. You see that, Pete? There's quite a lot of reflection.
Yeah, we've got the lights, the HQ highlight on. Yeah, there's a lot of reflections because it's sunny today.
Yeah, we get a lot of reflections in here when it's sunny, but I've just turned that down, so hopefully you can see it a bit better.
I might even turn the lights off.
Yeah, I don't think we need it. As they say, life's so bright, you've got to wear shades. This is the ruler work settings then. As I said, it's a deeper profile foot. That makes it nice and safe when we're using rulers. The ruler base provides a nice stable base too. So I would bring up my needle. With using my needle, I just bring up my thread to the top. And it was interesting teaching a few people recently who've found that whole thing with starting and stopping a little tricky, a little problematic. I'm just going to run through that as well. So if I want to bring up the bobbin thread, when I'm using a normal domestic machine, we can normally have a presser foot mechanism, and so we would have the presser foot up. That means that the tension discs are not engaged. But on this machine, these tension discs, which go through this tension assembly on the right-hand side, this is permanently engaged, so we don't have quite the same system. That means that, I'm just going to start that again. is that when we start, we normally bring up the bobbin thread to make a nice finish and start to our project. So I bring up the bobbin thread, and when I pull on this, I can get it to a single strand, and that is now coming directly off the bobbin through the quilt. I would then secure that thread using needle down, needle up on most machines, but on this machine I've got a little tie off, which is either activated on the screen or you can activate it using the button. So that's like 5 little stitches, and then away we go. So I've put my ruler down on the bed of the fabric and push away. If I wanted to stop here, I might do the tie off stitch again. Just come back along the line of stitches. And then with the needle up, I pull the thread directly from the cone, like so. I move away to the right, and I'm going to swap hands at this point. I'm now going to take my hand over here, and as I bring the thread back and the needle back to the place I last stopped, which would be here, I've now got that loop. The top thread is just loosely held as a loop. And I'm going to use that to bring up the bobbin thread. So I'm going to go needle down, needle up, and then that bobbin thread just pops up. So it's a white thread here. And if I were doing a nice finish on my quilts, I would leave these ends long and I would tie them in to the quilt. If it's a utility quilt, I can just cut that level. And if you see this distance here is important, because if I trim that off now, the bobbin thread for the next start is that long. And that's plenty long enough to bring up. And then I just move my machine away, and that bobbin thread is all gone. And if you see what I mean, if I bring that up now, you'll see that the length of that thread is that long. There we go. So I hope that explains it. There were a number of people that I was saying, as I've been doing demos and things in the showroom recently, and showed how to do that start and stop, who would just struggle to get it. And it's something that is more difficult if you've never done it before on a long arm, but it makes a lot of sense to do it that way because we get a nice finish to our stitches. Anything you want to add on that, Pete?
No, just to respond to a couple of people, say hello to a few more.
Yeah.
There's Vanessa.
Okay.
One of our new customers with her Simply 16.
Brilliant. Hello, Vanessa.
Sheena Stubbs.
Yep. Sheena in Coventry.
And Glenys down in Kent. Glenys, we're not going to be featuring Pro Stitcher today at all. This is just going to be free motion work on a movable machine today. So it's equally appropriate to people with sit downs, although the techniques are slightly different, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, on the sit down, depending on which machine you've got, you're holding the ruler and you're pushing the fabric through at the same time, and that sort of makes it feel a little different. Okay, so yeah, I was just going to show you a few of the things. I mean, this is probably our favorite marker. Okay, this is the chalk marker from Bohin, and it's a very fine marker, but what's nice about it is that it rolls, it flows really well. So if I just demonstrate here, look, I mean, it doesn't get caught up on the fabric. It just flows like so. And I think that makes a really big difference when you're using a product. There's nothing worse when some of the markers that you can get on the market, they just stick in the fabric. This has got a little bit of ceramic in it. It flows. Look, I'm just doing that really lightly. The comparison can be made to this one, which is also, we get these from Bohin as well, but this is much thicker and it comes in different chalk colours. So there's red, there's blue, there's white. If you're not sure about whether something comes out, the white is the one. You need to test the red and the blue on fabric. But this is great if you want something a little bit bolder to be able to follow it. And it also flows.
So they're both from this French company called Bohin, B-O-H-I-N, and they're on our website. So there's a fine and I don't know how it's described, the other one. It's not thick, but it's a thicker nib.
It is.
With multicolours.
It does come with a multicolours. It's yeah. In here you get the red and blue, and also the white. The nice thing is that it's very easy to change the chalk in it, just like a propelling pencil. But there's also a sharpener that you can get for it. There we go. So that's the white. Oh.
Now, clearly the white is good for dark fabrics.
That is not chalk.
No, it's not chalk.
Nope. So that's to stop things moving around in
I think
packaging.
that's just a cardboard packing piece.
See, it looked like chalk, and I suddenly thought, that's not chalk. See, it's got a nice sharp point to that one. If I just move this, compare. So if you're doing bolder, I mean, this flows beautifully. Look at that.
Now, I know that's your favourite tool on dark coloured fabrics, Liz, but what would be your go-to for
blue wash away?
A light coloured.
The blue wash away, without a doubt. Nice and easy to see. And there's lots of different brands out there. We've got some on our website. Some are Clover. And I think we did have Bohin for a while, and we've got another one that we get from Groves, who supply haberdashery. So yeah, any of those. But the key thing is that if you're not sure, always test. Always test it on some fabric similar to what you're doing on your quilt, and that avoids the doubt or the unfortunate situation where it doesn't come out. You don't want that to happen. But in all the time that I was selling blue wash away markers at the Compatch, we never had a problem with the blue, and that says a lot, because that was a lot of markers we sold. Okay, this is Cindy Needham's stencil. I'm just going to show you that with this you can use pouch chalk, so I'm just going to do a little bit with pounce to show you that you could mark with that. Or you can use the fine point if you just want specific bits to be marked. And I've used this. It's very quick to use it. If you want to do something where it's rotating and you want the markings so that you've got the cardinal points, slightly technical term there, the cardinal points for perhaps a mandala, something like that. And when you just mark these through here, like so, and then you might mark, and there's some great ideas by Cindy. In the PDF that you get, this is the ultimate marking set. It's a circle and it's a square, and you also get a template in an acrylic, is that what you call it? Like, there we go. So I've got these markers as well, and so I could just now rotate my template and create a mandala effect. The other thing that I wanted to mention today, so yeah, it's the Cindy Needham Ultimate Stencil set. She does other sets too, but if you've not got any, start with the Ultimate set. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And she sends you email her for details of the PDF, she sends you the PDF back, and then you are all good to go. Now, is that the same as that? No? I'm going to get right, here we go. Let's just talk about rulers for a minute. And I'm going to give you an illustration of when a particular ruler is easier to use than another. And yet they're the same diameter, or same amount of curve. Here we go. This is the Versatool, and this is a slice template. Okay. So you'll see these bottom ones fit together. One is on the outside and one is on the inside. So one's convex and one is concave. If we were using this, and I'm just going to, okay, I'll get rid of that. Just get rid of that a second. There we go. If you wanted to do a continuous curve design using your Versatool, so basically you would be going from here to there, and then from here to there. You can do it using this, but what you find is when you're using this end of the ruler, makes it slightly more tricky because the ruler foot sort of catches on that edge a little bit. It's okay. I'll just do one. Then you can see what I mean. And when you're doing ruler work, slow and steady wins the race, if you can say that. So I would line up, always remembering you are 1/4 of an inch away from wherever you need to be 1/4 of an inch away. So when I'm looking to hit this intersection, I've got to make sure it's not lined up to that intersection, it's lined up away from it. So this distance here is 1/4 of an inch. It's 1/4 of an inch from the needle to the edge of my ruler foot. So when I start, I'll start over here. Oh, and you've got a line up here. On some rulers you might have like a line up the middle. You have on this end, but not on this end. When I'm about here, I'm just going to stop it a second, I eyeball to see, am I anywhere close, hopefully I'm more than close, to hitting that point. And if I'm not, I would definitely be making adjustments at this point before I get there and miss it. So I'm pretty happy with that. If you were to use this, let's just lay this on here instead. So with this, instead of going on this side of the ruler, you're going obviously on the outside of this. But we've got horizontal lines that we can lay on here instead. So I would, if I were doing this next one, I would line up this so that my 1/4 of an inch is going to hit over here. So there's 1/4 of an inch between there and that point there. But more handily, this solid line here is pretty much on that line. And this might be the edge of your block. So instead of going on, as I am reaching a little bit. I'm not hitting the edge, the sharp edge or anything else like that. And I'm keeping it nice and I've got really good visibility. So what I'm saying is, sometimes even though something gives you the same arc, sometimes a ruler like this can be easier than a ruler like that. This is a great all-round ruler, but if you were going to pick another one to do this kind of design, this would be one to go for. And it comes, I think it comes in this set, doesn't it?
Yes.
So they used to sell, Handy Quilter used to sell these separately, but this is my absolute, I love this. Look, that's the new one. Slice 1, slice 2, slightly bigger. So with this, if I wanted to go and do an arc that was across, or let's do it on a plain piece. Can you see that, Pete? If I wanted to do an arc that took me from here to, let's see, to there, yep, I can put that dash line onto my pink Handy Quilter line, and that would take me to there. So I've got a really nice alignment, plus I've got a line up the middle that shows me exactly where my center line is. Okay, so there's lots of reasons why this particular one is really handy. Here's another one. So if I was doing that one, that lines up to the middle, and I've got these that line up to that. So 3, 1, 2, 3, and the bigger one. The biggest one is the slice 3, so that gives you a really big arc. Perfect for doing ruler work where you really want some big areas defined. These have all got handy grip on, which is this tape that fits onto the rulers and stops your rulers moving while you're using them. So that's the slice. I don't want to put those all slices together. Let's put that back in there like that. And that one like that. And that at the top. Okay, so that was the slice. Love, love, love the slice. But I want to show you, for those people who came to some of the whole cloth design classes, and we've got another one coming up in September with Linda Jackson. We used to love Arc Set A. We're sold out of this, aren't we, Pete, now? Arc Set A doesn't exist. Yeah, doesn't exist anymore. And I'm only telling you that because it has been replaced. It was quite a pricey set. but it's been replaced by the crescent ruler set, which is £39. So it's a lot less. And even though you got 5 templates in that, these are the ones that you're going to use a lot of. They're the really good sizes, and they are the same as Arc Set A. Good to know. Definitely good to know. These are brilliant. If you're looking to expand your ruler collection, Crescent ruler set is fab, fab, fab. Loving that. I also wanted to open up, and I did open up, the half circle set. Half circle set has got solid half circle rulers. So let's move these away. I'll move my set A. We've still got lots of set A's for demos, which is lovely. The half circle set, benefit of these is that it's actually got the half circle where it stops here, but it goes beyond. So actually, for alignment, you can then flip it and make sure that you get your perfect circle instead of just having to guess at it. Some of them just stopped at the bottom previously. So we love this half circle set, and that half circle set is well, they're all set. They're £39, aren't they? On the back of them, they're all your new favourite rulers. Your new favourite rulers. And yeah, they've got a lot of them have got the holes in as well, so that you can put it on a pegboard, on your IKEA pegboard, or however you have them organised. That's the half circle sets. Comes in 11-inch, 9, 7, and 5. If you have the Echo feet set, which is the feet that have different diameters, you can then add them to these to make half-inch difference as well. So if you want those, that's a really good way to do it. Any questions, Pete?
No, not online, no.
Okay. And then the curvy ruler set. I think I showed this one last time, but just to say, I love this too. The curvy ruler set is absolutely fantastic. And it comes in these 2 templates. I think we used this one. I think we got this one as a sample. Yeah, we used this one. Curvy 2 and Curvy 1. These were very popular at our last ruler class because you've got a nice arc there with the markings for 60, 45 and 30, and a more gentle arc there, plus a straight line at the sides. Okay, to do all kinds of melons, arcs, etc. So here we go. I mean, this is a bit like the slice that we could use that to do this. This would also do this. We used the, oh, wait a bit. I did wobble a bit there because I was starting to think, will I actually hit that? But it does actually hit it. And the nice thing as well, sometimes you think, is it going to do anything? I mean, if I were to move it all the way to that little bit there, this isn't to do that continuous line, but there's a tiny, tiny line for alignment just at the edge. I mean, that is brilliant because sometimes you just want the tiniest arc and you've got a little flat line that you can do that. So I'm lining up this on top of, can you see that?
Let's try and show that.
Okay, there's a tiny line at the top, and if you put that on there, it just gives you a very gentle arc. And sometimes that's all you need.
You see, it is very, very close to the edge, but of course your arc is going to be a quarter of an inch away from that. So it is very useful. It's really, it's for alignment.
I think what I know from people who've come on our classes before, with ruler work, we will give you these tools to play with. We'll give you the ideas of what you can do, and then you just have to use them. I remember years ago, there was one of our local customers who came to a ruler work class, and I think she was feeling frustrated because we weren't being so prescriptive about exactly what to do. We were giving lots of ideas and then kind of going, you've got to try it yourself. And it was right out of her comfort zone. And she said afterwards, when she went home and she played and she realized the things, she'd actually learned more than she realized in the class because we'd given her these possibilities. But sometimes in a class, you're not going to go away knowing everything from that class. You've got to go home and practice, okay? That's what you have to do. You just got to get your time on the machine. She is now a phenomenal ruler quilter. She is, and she absolutely loves it. So stick at it, get them out, play with them. get something like this fabric. Do we sell this fabric online, Pete?
Yes, we do.
sell this
Somebody's
fabric.
just ordered some today, in fact.
We sell this online so that you can practice using this kind of fabric. Gives you a great base from which you can then practice your ruler work. Have a look at some of the great books, videos, etc. online, and just go for it. You know, I can't emphasize it enough. You've just got to have time on the machine. And I know from my own experiences of ruler work that it wasn't until I picked up a particular ruler that there was kind of like this eureka moment of, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. I get this ruler now. I get why that marking's there. I get why when I want to repeat, I need to stop there and pivot or whatever.
So yes, that's on our website. It's called HQ Logo Black Fabric by the metre, and it's £7.50 a metre.
Excellent.
There's also similar white fabric with the grid lines as well, if you prefer to work on a lighter fabric
yes.
at the same price.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, we use the black in the classes. We find that, you know, the bright thread in here stands out. Now let's just talk about a few other things that we want to talk about today. Pete, do you want to talk about the Amara?
Yes, well, I've been busy today putting up some, or getting ready to put up some more pre-loved machines on our pre-loved website. It's not posted yet, but for the first time since the Amara went on sale here in the UK in 2018, we've got an Amara with Pro Stitcher pre-loved coming up for sale.
Yes.
We've never had one before.
Never. We've never had it.
Because everybody loves them, and there's no reason really to upgrade from an Amara because it's got everything that you would want, whether you're a domestic or a professional quilter.
Exactly.
So I've already sent the information to that just this afternoon to a few people who had already asked us in advance if we had any such machines coming up. If you're interested, please contact me as soon as possible, because I suspect if you don't do that, it might be sold even before we get to post it online.
Yeah, and it happens, doesn't it, Pete? We've had, you know, in the past, not on an Amara Pro Stitcher, but on other Pro Stitchers where someone has got, say, an Avanti or a Simply 16, and they're looking to upgrade it with computerized. We've had this sort of wait list of people, I really want to go computerized. But here's another thought, though, isn't there? That, you know, if you do want to go computerized, there is that Amara option with the computerization, but also for our Avanti and Simply 16 customers. Sent out an email directly to you last weekend telling you that we've got a very, very special pricing for you on a computerized system, brand new computerized system. Do contact us if you would like the pricing. We're not going to publish it anywhere. We're not even putting it in just an email or whatever. We would love it if we could help some customers go to that computerized option. When you go computerized, it's not about, I'm never going to free motion quilt again. Those people who've got computerization see it as an option. It's one of a series of techniques that they can use to complete their quilts. It is not, I'm going to computerize everything from now on. It is not like that at all. You will be doing ruler work, free motion quilting, and computerized wherever you feel like it. And you have these little tools in your toolbox, and you'll go computerized when you want to. So, do get in touch if that is the case. We would love to hear from you. Okay, Pete, anything else? I'm going to say open day, 15th of June.
Yes, open day June, Saturday the 15th of June.
Yes. Saturday the 15th of June, Stuart Hillard is coming down. He'll be doing a talk on some of the latest things that he's been working on. He's got a new book that he's launching at Festival of Quilts this year. Some beautiful quilts from that book. He'll be bringing those down. But also, we've got all these fabulous domestic machines. I mean, just an amazing array of machines that go from ones you might take to class through to straight stitch machines that you might use for like small projects or for great piecing, and also all the way up to embroidery machines. We've got a fabulous FAF, the Creative Icon, which is unbelievable. So everything in between. And overlockers as well. So if you're in the market for a new domestic machine, or if you're a quilter that was thinking about going long arm, but maybe there's something that can help you in the interim that would get you started with your free motion quilting, we've got some lovely machines here, and we'd be delighted to be able to help you find a new machine that suits you, that you can take home with you. Okay? All right.
Karen, on Anglesey says, going computerized is a game changer.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, actually, Karen, because it is a game changer. And honestly, I had a session this morning, didn't I, Pete, with one of our lovely customers and her granddaughter. They're quilting together. And it's a brilliant way to do it, because this granddaughter, she's absolutely on the ball. And it was really great working with them today. It's so what you see is what you get on the designing. And we were just having a really good time showing them how to use it. It was really good. So hi to Jackie and to Jess.
Okay, very timely question from Sheena, because I was just about to mention this again. What's the last date for ordering items we can pick up at Malvern?
Yeah.
Right, so it is now available for you to order items on our website, pay for them on our website, and choose the option at checkout that says collect at Malvern. That will be open and available. Actually, we'll keep it open until probably Thursday night. As long as you're not going on Thursday, you can still order online on Thursday, because we can still pick up with it being a local show.
That's right.
And deliver to you beyond that. So make sure you don't choose the option for picking up at Malvern if you want it sent to you, because we'll be taking it to Malvern and not sending it to you.
Be a little day trip for the product, but it won't be coming to you. So that doesn't work. And Pete said, unfortunately, because that's the cheapest option, pick up at a Malvern, it might default to that. So yeah. Don't choose that if you want us to post it. Please. Please, 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 please. Pretty please. So Sheena, it'd be lovely to see you, and anybody else who's coming to the Malvern show. It's a lovely, lovely show. Next year will be my 30th Malvern Quilt Show. Let's see if I make it that far. 30 years. 30 years! Makes me sound old. And I'm not, obviously. Okay, so anything else on my little list? We've got Stuart, we've got Whole Cloth that we'll be launching soon. Haven't got it on there yet. And we've got the landscapes now going to be in September, I think, as well. And we've also got Pro Stitcher that we'll be telling you about. These are all classes coming up, but bear in mind, we are doing all these other things as well. So, there's lots going on at our showroom, and we hope that we can see you either at the Malvern show, or why not book an appointment to come and see us here at the showroom. Okay? That's it. Have a wonderful weekend. The forecast is beautiful. I hope you can get out in the garden or have some lovely trips, maybe to the Malvern gardening show. And then you'll have next weekend at the quilt show as well. Malvern, Malvern, Malvern. You'll be Malverned out. Okay, happy quilting. See you next week. Bye.